What's going on, y'all? Conscious One come back at you. So real quick, guys, I keep every now and then, guys, I bring up this situation with the Uptown Theater, a theater that was closed in 1981, a theater that was used for the movie Home Alone 2 and Transformers. Home Alone 2, the lobby, I believe, was used as Duncan's toy store. And so it's a shame because here's a building that was opened in 1925. It's a landmark. I'm not quite sure who owns it right now, but whoever owns it right now obviously doesn't have any intentions of opening it unless, that person received enough donations to open it. I was thinking to myself today, I wonder how much would the owner be willing to sell that theater for? And if somebody was to buy that theater, once you repair the thing, it might cost $250 million just to repair this theater. It's kind of like, okay, so you bought this theater, what are you going to do with it now? And that's what's keeping a lot of people from having anything to do with it. And I'm just sitting here thinking, guys, just to let y'all know, I do think big about things. I think very big about things. This is a theater that I just absolutely fell in love with when one day I walked past the door and it was open. And I took a look inside and it looked like heaven. It puts anything that they can come out with today as far as theaters to shame. Makes you wish you can get in a time machine and go back to the past. Okay? It's a place that if you step inside, you instantly get transformed out of your current reality into another reality. It has that kind of pizzazz about it. And so I'm going to leave a link for you guys who don't know about this place. But basically, I think they say, another pipe burst. This time it wasn't my fault. But allegedly a pipe burst in 1981. And, it was a lot of leaks, a lot of mold, stuff like that. So I'm going to let y'all do the research on that, but I will leave you guys a link. And I'm just thinking, okay, let's say somebody was able to buy that theater from the owner for $20 million. Of course, the owner will probably want to sell it for a lot more, but for as much damage as has been allowed to incur over this building, it's like sooner or later, an owner has to give a discount for somebody who wants to buy that building. I'm trying to figure out how they even paying taxes for it unless it's coming through donations. But if you don't intend to reopen a place like this, then it's kind of like, what's the point? You know what I mean? It's a couple of places in Chicago like this, but mainly this is the main place. And so I said to myself, well, let's say somebody came along and was willing to spend that kind of money to buy from the owner and fix it up. Okay, it's like, what would you do with it? Because, as far as I know, the main theater industry in Chicago used to be on the west side and the north side. Now it's downtown. So all the contracts that, I don't think the theater is that much of a lucrative business to begin with. But you probably, most likely all the contracts will go to the theaters downtown. So you're trying to figure out, well, how do you get people to come to this place up north, even though it's the best looking theater? I'm sitting here thinking, guys, the only thing I can come up with is like, it would have to be branded as like a museum and maybe even a movie theater. Because even if like, let's say somebody like myself opened it up as just a basic movie theater, that would be the movie theater that everybody will want to go to. They're even working on the train lines in the area. Okay. This would be the /1 movie theater in Chicago if it was opened up as a movie theater. That's all I can think of as of right now. That and being, of course, a landmark treasure, like / museum type thing. That's the only way I can think of, like, bringing money into that place until it gets attention for being reopened. And then I think the contracts will eventually come in over time. It just takes some time, but I think the contracts will come in eventually because everybody will want to go back to the best movie palace in America. So that's the kind of thinking big, I think, guys. Check it out yourself. I'll let y'all later. Peace.